Hey folks, welcome aboard. This is mini concert number 266. It's a little bit early because we're broadcasting from Europe. We're coming from Caen, France. First up is a John Prine song. She was a level-headed dancer on the road out for home. I was just a soldier on my way to Montreal, where she pressed her chest against me about the time the jukebox broke. Gave me a peck on the back of the neck. These are the words she spoke. Blow up your TV, throw away your paper, go to the country, build your home, plant a little garden, eat a lot of peaches, and try to find Jesus on your own. Well, I sat there at the table and I acted real naive, 'cause I knew that topless lady had something up her sleeve. Well, she danced around the bar room, she did the hoochie coo, she sang her song all night long, telling me what to do. Blow up your TV, throw away your paper, go to the country and build your home, plant a little garden, eat a lot of peaches, try to find Jesus on your own. Well, I was young and hungry, about to leave that place. Just as I got up to leave, she looked me in the face. I said, you must know the answer. She said, no, but I'll give it a try. So to this very day we've been living our way. Here is the reason why. We blew up our TVs, threw away our papers, went to the country, built us a home, had a lot of children, met them on peaches, and they all found Jesus on their own. Yeah, we blew up our TVs, threw away our papers, went to the country, built us a home, had a lot of children, met them on peaches, and they all found Jesus on their own. That's called Spanish Pipe Dream by John Prine, also called Blow Up Your TV. Next up is a favorite in the Irish pubs. Got a couple of names, the most commonly known as Whiskey in the Jar. I was riding over the Cork and Kerry mountains. I met with Colonel Farrell, and his money he was counting. First I drew me pistol, then I drew me rapier, saying, stand and deliver, for I am your bold deceiver. With a ring of my Durham down, whack-ball with daddy-o, whack-ball with daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, I counted out his money, made a pretty penny. I took the money home and I gave it to me Jenny. She sighed and swore she loved me and she never would deceive me. But the devil take the women, for they always lie so easy. Push a ring on my door on my town, whack-ball with daddy-o, whack-ball with daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, I went into me chamber, poured to take a slumber, to dream of gold and jewels, and sure it was no wonder Jenny took the charges, and she filled him up with water. Then she called on Colonel Farrell to get ready for the slaughter. Push a ring on my door, I'm down. Black ball with daddy-o, black ball with daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Next morning early, before I rose to travel, came a band of footmen, likewise Colonel Farrell. I went to draw me pistol, she'd stole away me rapier, but a prisoner I was taken. I couldn't shoot the water, a bush a ring on my door, I'm down. Black ball with daddy-o, black ball with daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, they took me to the town with the judge all writing for robbing Colonel Farrell on Kildare Mountain, but they didn't take me fist, so I knocked the jailer down. I bid farewell to this tight-fisted town. Push a ring on my door, I'm down. Black ball with daddy-o, black ball with daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I'd like to find me brother, the one that's in the army. Don't know where he's stationed, me in Cork or in Killarney. Together we go roaming through the mountains of Kilkenny. I swear he'd treat me better than me darling Swarton Jenny. Push a ring on my door, I'm down. Black ball with daddy-o, black ball with daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Some take delight in the carriages a-rolling, some take delight in the hurley and the bowling, but I take delight in the juice of the barley, courting pretty women till the morning oh so early. Push a ring on my door, I'm down. Black ball with daddy-o, black ball with daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Push a ring on my door, I'm down. Black ball with daddy-o, black ball with daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. So that's Whiskey in the Jar, or Kildare Mountain, or The Highwayman. And next up is a Tom Paxton song. Kind of a breaking up song. It's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, made of sand. In the wink of an eye my soul is turning, in your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. Well, you know that was the last thing on my mind. You got reason aplenty for going, this I know, this I know. For the weeds have been steadily growing. Please don't go, please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better, better. I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. As I lay in my bed in the morning, without you, without you. Every song in my heart goes a-borning, without you, without you. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better. I didn't mean to be unkind. Well, you know that was the last thing on my mind. As we walk on, our thoughts keep a-tumbling round and round, round and round. And underneath our feet, the subway's rumbling underground, underground. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better. I didn't mean to be unkind. Well, you know that was the last thing on my mind. Yeah, you know that was the last thing on my mind. So that's called The Last Thing on My Mind. Next up is a Stan Rogers song. He was a French-Canadian. I don't know if he was French-Canadian. He was a Canadian folk singer. He wrote this song about work ethic. I often take these night shift walks when the foreman's not around. I turn my back to the golden stack and make for open ground. Far out beyond the tank barn fence where the gas flare makes no sound. I forget the stink and I always think back to that eastern town. I remember back 6 years ago, this western life I chose, when every day the news would say, a factory I could have stayed to take the dough, but I'm not one of those. I take nothing free, and that makes me an idiot, I suppose. Town I never more will see. It's work I must, so I eat this dust and breathe refinery. While I miss the green and the woods and streams that feel like cowboy clothes. But I like being free, and that makes me an idiot, I suppose. So come all you young fellows that been driven to the ground. This western life's no paradise, but it's better than lying down. Well, the streets aren't green and there's nothing green. The roads are dirty brown. And the government dole would rot your soul back there in your hometown. So bid farewell to that eastern town you never more will see. There's self-respect and a steady check in this refinery. Well, you'll miss the green and the wood the Idiot. Next up is a unusual war protest song. This is from the late 70s. Listen, children, to the story that was written long ago about a kingdom on a mountain and the valley folk below. On the mountain was a treasure buried deep beneath the stone, and the valley people swore they'd have it for their very own. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, you could justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing on the judgment day, but on the bloody morning after, 110 soldier rides away. So the people of the valley wrote a message up the hill, asking for the buried treasure, tons of gold for which they'd kill. Came an answer from the kingdom, with our brothers we will share all the riches of our mountain, all the treasure buried there. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, you can justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing on the judgment day, but on the bloody morning after, 110 soldier rides away. Then the valley rose with anger, mount your horses, draw your swords, and they killed the mountain people, so they won their just reward. Then they stood beside the treasure on the mountain dark and red, turned the stone and looked beneath it. Peace on earth was all it said. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, you could justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing on the judgment day, but on the bloody morning after, 110 soldier rides away. So that's called 110 Soldier, and that's mini concert number 266. We'll see you next week. We're going to be in another city in France, in Boulogne.